So before the titles, before any of this, I was a very pregnant college student. And I remember being physically sick in my kitchen and having the idea of what if someone could like deliver my groceries and my medicine to my house? That idea crossed my mind. And that point in my life, it was about survival. My boyfriend, now husband, was like working full time at Applebee's. We would come home some days, our lights would be off. Like it was just like we were getting it out the mud. But I don't like I was just determined to graduate. I was still having to show up for class and do statistical analysis because I have a BA in psychology, do that work and do my research and do group projects and still while growing a human. And I look back like, girl, you ain't no joke. But I think about that. And to give you a little context, I'm an auntie, like I got gray hair. This was years ago. This was forever ago. This was pre iPhones. Like this was before the internet was accessible to us like it really is now. So for me to even have that thought was crazy. And I remember thinking about it and thinking like, girl, what? Like that's crazy. Now, I never acted on it. I never did anything, but I regret I didn't because years later, present day, you have companies that are worth billions of dollars doing that exact idea. And I'm not saying they stole my idea. Don't be like, oh, y'all, I ain't saying it. I'm saying I had the idea and just sat on it. That's what I'm saying. Fast forward to 2017. 2017, I was a senior IT business systems analyst for the largest behavioral health institution in the state. And I had built a rapport with one of my teammates. I call all my coworkers my teammates, but I had built a rapport with her, this one lady in particular. Super cool, super dope, super smart. We would have really good conversations, etc., etc. She had just started to pursue her PhD. And I was like, girl, that's amazing. You know, I'm giving her flowers and stuff, gassing her up because that's what I do. And I was like, girl, I've been sitting on getting my MBA for the longest. And she was like, girl, she was like, that year gonna pass whether you get your MBA or not, or whether you start your MBA or not. So I'm looking like, you know what? You right. And when I took inventory, I really didn't have a real reason why I did not pursue. Of course, I was married with kids and a career, but everybody is. So go get your degree. And I left the bathroom because we were in the bathroom. We was talking. I left the bathroom and went and stayed in my cubicle and started my application process for my program right then and there because she was not lying. And when I think about those moments in particular, it teaches me to act. If you have something that is going to benefit you in a positive manner, whether it is your physical health or your emotional health or your career or your education, do it. And anybody that knows me outside of like my career or my life, I am very rigid with my boundaries. I do not spend time on things that don't positively impact me or my family. I'm very unapologetic about that. I ain't got time. Like for real, I do not have time. I'm strict with it. And I always have been. And I look back at my life and my life has reflected that. Like if I have a goal or if I have something that I'm going to do, I'm just going to do it. Like I'm going to do it. And I think that when you start looking at things through the lens of this year is going to pass, whether you pursue that or not, it changes the way you approach your ideas. I oftentimes regret that, like the whole deliver groceries to my house thing, I didn't act on it because I'm like, that's life changing. Like that was an idea that I had and I didn't act on it. And it's in fruition now. And we see the output. We see the benefits of that. And I said all that to say just because people around you don't see that big picture, that's not for you. That ain't your business. If you have something that is like you're acting on, that's a seed planted in you, it's yours. That's your vision. And it does not belong to anyone else. So I think that those life experiences really taught me to navigate my whole life like that. That year gonna pass, whether you do what you said you were gonna do or not. So what you gonna do? That's how I look at everything. What you gonna do?